external environments and encouragement does not make the changes to the child's lack of confidence and low self-esteem. So parents, grandparents and guardians who have a child with low self-esteem and low confidence, whose behaviour has become difficult at home, with friends, and there's good high possibility it's at school as well. You have been taking every opportunity to encourage, compliment, and give all the right feedback to have the child build their confidence and improve the way they see themselves, to no avail. The child is pulling further away, and communication is just getting more and more difficult with each passing week as they withdraw into themselves. They won't tell you what is happening, and you have no insight as to why they feel so poorly about themselves and their life. It is painful to watch, seeing them downward slide as they get older. You might even have tried traditional counselling, medication, or the child has received a formal mental health diagnosis. Yet still you observe no permanent changes. And here's why. Your child's confidence and self-esteem are generated by their personal auto-programming found in the unconscious mind. This started well before they were born and continuing to this day. By the time you're seeing this behaviour displayed, each experience that matches what already exists in their auto-programming layers, confirms and strengthens the child's internal truths. These are not just beliefs anymore, they're truths. Usually, with lack of confidence and lack of low self-esteem, the displayed behaviours will be based on having a lot of internal versions of I'm wrong, I'm not good enough, I'm not wanted. And they are clouding every experience with feelings and thoughts predetermined and looking for the proof of what they already believe. The child's internal auto-program will always override external input. The changes have to happen within the child and at the level that addresses the auto-programs. While the child is living by their internal stimuli, their thoughts and emotions, there will always be contradiction between what they know to be truth from their internal world and the outside world's positive contribution to them. This experience then adds a layer to their existing self-belief, self-doubts and self-criticism, and by their interpretation of being wrong because they don't align with the outer world. Another knock to their self-confidence, the proof they were unconsciously looking for. I'll say that again so that it hopefully makes more sense. This experience adds another layer to their existing self-doubts and self-criticism by their interpretation of being wrong because they don't align with the outer world. Another knock to their self-confidence, the proof they were unconsciously looking for. So even attempting to support and improve things for this child, you are often up against a losing battle. To answer your question, yes, there is a process which addresses that at that level, and I can help if that's what you wanted. But for now, this is what I can suggest. Don't get into heightened disagreements, trying to convince them differently to what they believe. It only has the auto-programming fight harder to prove its truth. And the way it does that is to increase the intensity of the emotions and thoughts it's fighting for. Instead, what I suggest is just listen. Acknowledge what they say without judgment and correction. This will give you clues into what they are listening to internally, what their internal programming is actually telling them. When possible, open a conversation, taking note of their exact wording, and asking them things like, how do you know that about yourself? When did you learn that about you? Or how long have you known it? When they go looking for the answers, you could point out that they're listening to things in their head. And you could even ask, who's telling them what they're hearing? They may look at you strangely, but it might draw their attention to the fact that they're listening to something in their head. They may not have the answers to your questions, but it starts them wondering, and questioning is always beneficial. As a bonus, you might give some thought to whether you had the same sorts of thoughts. I really hope this is valuable, and watch out for more. Until then, may today be better than your yesterday, and use today to make it better tomorrow.